Thanks for joining the live drawing. I'm trying to figure out how to get the chat on my iPod, but oh well. I'm going to start drawing pretty soon, and I just have a new Spurgeon Toon that I'm going to be inking today. I won't be coloring it yet today, but I will be inking it. So hopefully this can... hopefully you can enjoy this. Thanks. Okay. Not gonna set that right there. I need to adjust my mic. There we go. And one more thing I need to check. Did I post that here? We're live. Okay. Post it on Twitter. And hey, Tobias. I'm gonna be starting inking. I can't figure out how to get chat on my device here, so I'm not sure I will be able to see anything that anybody will be posting. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. And so I've got this new Spurgeon Toon, and it is based on his quote, "Of two evils, choose neither." And so I have the ultimate decision between decaf or instant coffee when all of the regular coffee is gone. So Spurgeon pipes in with his wonderful advice. So I'm just gonna get in here and start inking. I start from the top first. So that as I go down the page, my hand doesn't smudge everything. It's also nice to be able to turn the paper. So I will, if you all want to leave comments in the chat, I will kind of float back and forth between here and my computer so that I can see if there's anything I need to respond to. I am currently using a Pentel pocket brush pen. This paper is really good paper for this type of brush. It's called Canson mixed media paper, and it holds the ink really well. So I'll get these word balloons done, and then I jump into the actual, like, drawing the people and stuff. I don't always, well, most of the RefToons I've done have been inked traditionally like this, but there have been times where I sketched, inked, and colored all on the computer. Most of them are colored on the computer, but if I have smaller ones, I will color them with my with these Copic markers. And so this one is a smaller one. It doesn't have much background, so I may end up coloring it with the Copic markers. I like to go thick to thin on my lines. I like to make them kind of thicker at the bottom. It gives them a little bit more weight, and then lighter on top. Okay, let that dry a little bit, and I'm gonna check for comments. Just here for fine art, huh? Let's see. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna give up on the iPod. I'm checking comments on there. So if you've seen some of the other Spurgeon comics, and not necessarily just Spurgeon, but so there's the coffee. This is the third coffee comic that I've done. I like coffee. But this guy right here is making his third appearance in the comics, and his name is Brian. His first appearance was in the Pancakes comic, which was the very second comic that I ever did for RefToons. So he's making his appearance here again. His first appearance, he was sad about he looked sad about his pancakes, but he was more just nervous about talking in the group that he was in. It was like a men's pancake breakfast, and he had just shared like some struggles that he was going with. And the quote was, what was the quote? Something about everything in life is a struggle except for eating pancakes. And so he was looking sad because he just shared all of his struggles. And so someone created the hashtag pancakes for Brian, which I thought was hilarious. So, one thing I'm never really good at is consistency with the look of characters.
Oh, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
I'm doing school with Donovan, and he's not seeing what's wrong.
I'm live right now.
Okay, but this is good.
Okay.
He doesn't see what's wrong because he's not looking at what's right.
Oh.
How RefToons is that?
Ah.
I mean, do you know what I mean? If you're not looking at what's right, you're not going to see
Right.
what's wrong.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
all.
idea.
It is a good idea.
Wisdom from my wife.
Oh, he's just staring. I don't see what's wrong. I don't see what's wrong. There's nothing. He was trying to spell weather without the first H.
Oh.
So I said, look at what's right, so you know.
Oh,
Because
right.
it might sound right, it might feel right, but you might not know any different.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's not looking at what's true.
It's very wise words, Stephanie.
Huh?
It's very wise.
Oh, accidentally.
Thank you. I don't know if you heard that or not, but my wife she's homeschooling, and she's working with my son on spelling. So he was writing weather, W-H-E-T-H-E-R, but he was spelling it without the first H. And so she thought, she told him to look at what's right. Before you can see what's wrong about it. And so she was kind of applying that. It kind of applies to Christian life. We look to God's standard of the Bible to see what's right, so that we know where the sin is in our life. Kind of. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But yeah, that was pretty good. I thought that was a nice little application there. Oh. It's kind of hard to... my setup here is kind of difficult to draw with because I've got a big old tripod holding the camera looking down, and I'm sitting like with my arms wrapped around the tripod trying to draw. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to do this in the future. I hope you can see what I'm doing if my hand's getting in the way. So Brian has a choice. Does he pick the decaf, or does he go with the instant coffee? What kind of choice is that? But the regular coffee is all out. And so he has a choice to make. Does he choose one or the other or neither? Spurgeon would say choose neither. And then Susie comes up and she says, I found the tea you like, Charles. So let's see here. So here's a situation where I'm kind of in a pickle because I drew this part, the right side of him, but I need to draw the left side of him now, but I drew the right side because it's a little more clear in the pencil lines, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do for this part. But now I can't draw that part because I don't want to smudge this ink, so I'm going to go over here and what am I going to do? Here, I'll start drawing Spurgeon then. I know I've been doing a lot of Spurgeon tunes lately, but he's so easy to make tunes out of. Just from the things he says, it just lends. Some people just lend themselves better to having characters made out of them than other people do. there are some people where it's just really hard to make a cartoon out of them. But other people just, I think they were just made to be cartoons. So here, he's kind of got those two hooks down at the bottom of his beard. Sorry if I'm not speaking clear. Sometimes as I'm drawing, I'll get so concentrated I'll start to mumble. And then nobody understands what I'm saying. So we'll get that going here. It's so relaxing getting out the traditional pen and ink to draw with. For my work, I draw on the computer all day. I draw digitally. And this is just a nice break from staring at a screen. Which is why I love Inktober so much, because it's encouraging artists to step away from the screen and create ink drawings for the month of October. Got his beard done. Now, I drew his neck way back here. But I'm not going to change it. I'll just draw his hair coming down. Now, Brian, your eyebrows. He's always sad or always confused in all of the comics that I draw him in. He was a barista in one of the comics, trying to figure out who ordered the special drink, which happened to be decaf. Coffee break. Hot. Oh, I need to stick this in the fridge. Okay. Whoops. Just hit the microphone with my ink brush. Alright, I'm going to take a break for some, check the comments. Britt Smith, thanks for joining. Love your art, just watching you create. Well, thank you. I love doing this. It's really fun. I love to just sit and draw. It's like I draw all day for my job, and then I get done and I draw some more because it's just what I love doing. So everybody who's watching, where are you guys? Where's everyone from? I'm here in southern Wisconsin, where We have lots of snow and ice. This morning it was super icy. I had to go to a men's Bible study this morning at church at 6 a.m. and it took me about 5 minutes just to scrape little holes in the ice on my windshield so I could see out. The ice was so strong this morning for some reason. Let's see, I'm still, so I need to define a little better this part over here. So I'm going to erase the pencils here. I'm going to redraw this. This is a pencil I got from my friend Peter, who is also an artist. He apparently joined with someone to create like a pen or writing utensil museum or something. I'm not sure what it is, but he one day I just opened my mailbox and there's a package from him. I was like, oh cool, what's this? Thought maybe it was one of his books, because he sends out his books on like a quarterly basis. But it was just a package full of all kinds of different pens and pencils, and so here's like a large sampling of them. I'm kind of excited to use this one. It's kind of cool. But yeah, just here's one made out of cardboard. So yeah, that was interesting. But he's fun like that. He's always full of interesting things. So this will be decaf. All right. Yes, Britt, I agree. It's always good if you love what you do. And you're from Oklahoma, eh? Is it, do you get a lot of snow down there? You know, I always ask people about snow this time of year, because I'm not familiar with weather patterns that far south. It's always curious what kind of conditions people are suffering through this time of year throughout the country. Okay, Brian. Can you all see this all right? Is it clear enough coming through on the video? Sometimes I'm not sure how clear the video is. In Oklahoma, we can have rain, ice, tornado, and earthquake all in the same day. That is crazy. Occasionally we have freezing mist this morning. Daniel from Malawi. Hey Daniel, how's it going? Good to see you. Or see your name. You're typing. Daniel interviewed me for his blog, which I just shared yesterday. So that was fun. Britt asked which reformer is my favorite to draw. As far as reformers, I think my favorite to draw is John Calvin. He's fun to draw and create things with. I first got my practice drawing him when I drew the character for Calvinist Batman. And I don't know, there's something about just drawing that pointy beard and that goofy looking hat that's just fun. I don't know. I don't know why. But other than him, like as far as like theologians, pastors, of course, it's probably obvious, I love drawing Spurge. He's a fun one to draw. He's so matter of fact. I like drawing his tired looking eyes as if he's always sleeping. And I'm noticing that this paper is causing this ink to bleed a little bit more than I'm used to. So I wonder if I'm using the wrong side or what. I'm not sure. But we march forward no matter what. Also, my pen is kind of pumping out a little too much ink at a time, so where is everybody watching from? Are you guys at work, at home, on the bus, on the train? I'd like to I'm just curious where people are tuning in from, like are you allowed to watch YouTube videos while you're working, or do you work from home? I work from home, so I kind of thrive on podcasts and my mind just blanked. YouTube videos. There it is. So I like to find helpful things to watch or listen to, or audiobooks even. I'm listening to the 1, 2, 3, 4. Listening to Augustine's Confessions on audiobook right now through Hoopla Digital. It's the Christian audio version of it, and that's been pretty good. So, are you guys at work, home, play? I'm gonna check. Daniel says that interview was a lot of fun for me too. Glad I can finally see you draw. Yeah, it was fun. You had some hard questions on there, but it really made me think. So I thank you for that. Britt says, I'm at home watching my 8-year-old granddaughter. She has the flu. She is enjoying watching you draw. At work, I watch YouTube on breaks and lunch. That's cool. Can you guys hear me when I go over there to read? My setup is kind of clear across the room, so I wish I had something to read the comments on. So, Spurgeon's shopping, the grocery store with Susie. So, I actually haven't decided whether I'll color this with markers or if I'll color it digitally on the computer. Now let's fill in some black here. So I mentioned I had a men's Bible study this morning. We're going through Wayne Grudem's Bible basic Bible doctrine or something. What's it called? Yeah, it's just called Bible doctrine. And so we were on the part 1, chapter 2, the sufficiency of Scripture. It's been quite a helpful study. I've been enjoying it. I've never gone through a systematic theology before, so this has been pretty fun. And this isn't like it's full systematic, but it's just like kind of the basics, almost like a primer. So get that, leave some white space for the highlights, and we've got good old Spurge. Gonna let that dry. Check the comments again. Daniel's at work now. Okay, so the volume's a little lower when I come over here. Next time, I'll set something up. Read the comments over here. So it helps to have people comment so that I can have something to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna start on the background here. Okay. Now, so I usually have like a really wobbly hand when I'm drawing, so I kind of improvise and I don't use a straight edge so that all my stuff looks fairly consistent with the line art. It also helps when you're drawing to draw from your shoulder and not from your wrist or your elbow. So I'm pulling my whole arm back doing this line, and that helps it to get a little straighter. Same with this one. So it looks like it kind of angles it in a little bit, but that's alright. Sometimes, like little areas, you naturally just draw from the wrist, which works. It's fine. But if you want a long, consistent line, it helps to, draw from the shoulder. So we are in the store here. I need to find, where did I put it? That's not what I'm looking for. Where did I put that? A certain pen that I like to use for the text, and I can't find it. Well, I'll just have to do the text later. Britt says her daughter loves to use Prismacolor pens, and I have, let's see, these are Copic markers that I use for coloring. This is a Pentel pocket brush pen, which I use for inking, and these are Micron pens that I use for inking as well. These are just smaller tip to get to the more fine details. But I use, like, I really like using these Prismacolor ebony jet black pencils for drawing in pencil, and I also have Prismacolor colored pencils that I enjoy using. Prismacolor is really good. But yeah, I haven't used Prismacolor pens or brushes at all. One second. I'll be 1 second. I've got to respond to somebody. It's kind of urgent. Sorry. Alright, I'm back. So you found my coloring book. Sorry that I had to respond to someone about my Pilgrim's Progress project. So you found Brit. You found the coloring book that I have on my website. Yeah, I have just like, I think I only have like 14 physical copies left, but I do have, there's a PDF on there that you can buy and then download and print off however many pages you want. So there's two different options on the site. So now I'm going to draw Susie, which if you have not read the book about Susanna Spurgeon by Ray Rhodes, I highly recommend it. Okay, hold on. I just got another notification. I need to make sure they got what I sent them. Okay, all is good. Nice. Alright, so that was for someone to look at the Pilgrim's Progress children's book that I'm creating, and to basically see if it's publishable. Hopefully. Well, I hope they got it. Let's see. Okay. Sorry for all the pauses. This live stuff is kind of hard when there's all kinds of things that I have to be doing. So someone is having trouble accessing a Google Docs file, and so I had to grant permission. So So I'm going to finish this up. Then I'm going to, I think I'm going to be done with this video for now. So I'm going to, so this video will continue to stay on my YouTube channel. After it's done being live, it'll be uploaded as a regular video. So at the end of my videos, I like to kind of plug all my stuff. So I'm gonna wait. I have to wait for all this to dry, so I'm not gonna be able to finish up this background yet. But if you enjoy RefToons, and if you enjoyed this video, watching me draw these things live, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell button for notifications for when I upload a new video or when I go live. Otherwise you won't get notified. What else? You can see more tunes at reftoons.com. You can find me on Facebook at RefToons. You can find me on Twitter at RefToons, Instagram at RefToons. I'm basically any social media that you can think of. I try to be on there to get the word out about the tunes, and just thank you all for watching, sticking around this long. If you want to support RefToons, the comics, you can also financially support RefToons by heading over to patreon.com/RefToons, and I'll have all these links in the description. This is something I do on the side, or when I don't have any freelance work to work on. So to financially support RefToons would be greatly appreciated if you enjoy the tunes. I also have a store with prints available. Again, thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and I will talk to you all later. God bless.